أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وليست التوبة للذين يعملون السيئات حتى إذا حضر أحدهم الموت قال إني تبت الآن ولا الذين يموتون وهم كفار أولئك أعتدنا لهم عذابا أليما.
The Prophet ﷺ said that when death reaches any of us, one of two ways that death is going to come. For those who Allah Azza wa Jal is displeased with, who have led an immoral life, who have disbelieved in Him, who have worshipped other than Him, it is not a pretty scene whatsoever. And we all should ask Allah Azza wa Jal every day to protect us from this end.
And what an event death is. What a terrifying moment. What an awesome spectacle. Indeed, we should not even imagine that having begun this day, that we will reach the end of it. Nor we should imagine that if we begin the night, that we will reach the end of it. We should imagine that death, and we should realize that death can come to us at any time. At any moment.
When the angel of death comes to them, he comes descending with many angels, and the angel of death comes in the most horrible look and the most wicked of fashions, very scary. And the angel descends carrying with him a shroud from Jahannam that is made of fibers of hair, that is so harsh that it is designed to torture the body. And that shroud is smelling and stinking of smoke.
As for the individual who is the fajir, the fasiq, the kafir, that individual is infidel, a rebellious person, then angels with black faces will come down upon that individual. And he will say, "Oh wicked soul, come out to Allah's displeasure and anger." And they will be carrying sacks, evil black sacks with a foul stench.
Everyone around them will be looking with miserable faces, and no one will see this except for the person. And the angel will sit at the head of that individual. "Oh you wicked soul, come out to the displeasure of Allah and His anger and His wrath." And the Prophet ﷺ said the fear that that soul has, it starts to run around in the body. It starts to trying to find a way to escape coming out.
Will it be that our soul will have to be ripped from our body, tearing the muscles and the veins? As the Prophet ﷺ described it, like thorns, like cotton that is on a stick of thorns. You see how you will have to rip it. This is how the soul of the wicked and the sinful person will be reluctant. And if our soul is one that has clung to this world, then surely our soul will wish to cling to our body.
And they will rip out this person's soul. And the example given in the hadith is like how a spit of a fork, a hot fork is put in cotton wool and taken out. That if you place a hot fork inside a soft substance, it will stick to the fork. And this is the way the evil soul will be ripped out. Screaming and shouting, the veins will be ripped out, the soul will be ripped out through the veins.
And so the angel has to reach in and yank that soul out. He said this is how the soul of those who Allah is displeased with comes out. It tears and rips the veins, and it is so painful that the Prophet ﷺ said that the pain of that death will still be visible upon that person on the day of resurrection.
And a foul stench will come from this individual's soul. and it'll be taken up. And it will say, oh wicked soul. Every single wicked name in this dunya that person was called by will be called as it's traveling up. And the doors of paradise will not open.
No one wants to touch it. No one wants to put their hands on it, because it is foul and stinking. And so the angel of death itself will take it and wrap it in that filthy shroud from Jahannam. And then the angel will begin to ascend. As we know, inna lillahi wa inna alayhi raji'un. Every soul came from Allah, and to Allah it must return. So when the angel proceeds to the heavens, the angel asks for permission to enter and to take the soul to Allah Azza wa Jal. And no response comes from the angel.
Will only go to the lowest heaven, and that is it. That the doors of paradise will be sealed for that individual, and they will never ever enter into paradise. That is what will happen to this individual. And then it will be said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, record his record in Sijjeen, in the lowest record, and then it will be thrown down from the heavens down to the lowest earth.
There is a voice heard from atop the heavens, from the arsh of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah responds to that request and says, send it back. Send it back, despised and rejected, to the day of judgment. And so that soul is thrown back into the grave, thrust back into the grave, despised and rejected.
Indeed, the company there will be initially the two angels who will question us in the grave. They will ask us and question us severely.
Then we said to him, who is your Lord? What is your religion? And who is this man that was sent to you? And he would say, la adri, la adri. I form in the Arabic language, I don't know. It would say, kadhabt, you have lied.
The angels will come, Munkar wa Nakir, and will ask it the questions. Man Rabbuk, who is your Lord? So they will respond, I don't know. I don't remember, I can't think. The angel will hit that soul and turn it into dust. وَمَا دِينُكَ, what was your religion? I don't know. And again it will be smashed. وَمَا نَبِيُّكَ, and who is your prophet? I don't know. And it will be smashed again. And then those angels will leave it.
No one cannot say it except by the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And say, he has lied. Spread out the carpets for hell for him, and open a gate of hell for him. And it will say that some of the hot air comes inside there, and the grave is made narrow, and his ribs will begin to interlace. This is the punishment that will be given to this individual. And a man with an ugly face and ugly garments will come in front of him with an offensive smell. And he say, be grieved with what displeases you, for this is your day which you have promised. He said, who are you? Say, I am your wicked deeds.
Someone will come and sit next to that person, and that person will look so evil, so wicked, that the soul will say, the person will say, who are you? I've never seen anything as wicked as you. And that person will reply, I am your wickedness. I am your wickedness. I'm your disbelief. I am your evil deeds. And I am here to keep you company until the day you meet your Rabb. Reminding them every single moment of why you're here, why you have went through all of these trials are because of me. And then the Prophet ﷺ said that every one of you who dies, they will be shown in the morning and in the evening their place in Akhirah. If they are the people of Jannah, they will be shown the place of the people of Jannah and will be reminded, this is your position, Abshir, this is your position. But if they are the people of Jahannam, they will be shown the people of Jahannam where they will rest, and they will be told, this is your resting place. There is no good news for you today, nor will there ever be any good news for you.
ساعة التراقي وقيل من راق وظن أنه الفراق والتفت الساق بالساق إلى ربك يومئذ المساق فلا صدق ولا صلى ولكن كذب وتولى ثم ذهب إلى أهله يتمطى أولى لك فأولى ثم أولى لك فأولى أيحسب الإنسان أن يترك سدى ألم يك نطفة من مني يمنى ثم كان علقة فخلق فسوى فجعل منه الزوجين الذكر والأنثى أليس ذلك بقادر على أن يحيي الموتى